Do you have a kind of a regiment for kind of, okay, every morning at a certain time I'm going to write no matter what, or I must get so many words per day?
Not quite that regimented. When I wrote the other books, each was a little bit different. So the first book, Influence People, I had been blogging for many, many years. And I took a lot of that content and repurposed and rearranged. So the foundation was already there. Now, there's still a lot of work to do with all the editing and rearranging and things, but I had a foundation to start from. With the persuasive selling, I had been doing a lot of training around Cialdini's principles in sales, and I had written a number of articles on that. So I had a foundation, not nearly as much as I did the other book. So I had to write a lot more. When it came to the influencer, it was as I mentioned, I would just sit down almost daily because some of this was during COVID, so we all had more time, and I would be able to sit down and dedicate more time. With the recent book, the idea had been rumbling around for quite a while, and I just needed a kick in the pants to start. So I employed a little psychology that I teach on myself. I put out on LinkedIn, "Hey, I've got this idea. This is the book. I am going to start writing it. Basically hold me accountable. Ask me about it." So I engaged principle of consistency by putting myself out there and making a public statement. And so I felt that internal psychological pressure to start moving forward. My wife and I went down to Florida for a couple weeks on vacation in February this year, and she loves to golf and I don't. So every morning when she took off to golf, I would have like 2 hours or more to sit and write. And so I just started cranking out chapters. And what I did differently with this book was I used ChatGPT as my real-time editor. So I would write a chapter, drop it in, have it come back and give me edits and suggestions, just like I would with an editor. I'd make some changes, drop it back in, and just kept moving along. And then I started circling back and I would ask it questions like, are the characters consistent? Do you see any things that need to change? It would come back and a couple times it said, you've got this in this chapter. It might be a good idea to foreshadow it beforehand to give readers an idea maybe of what's coming. And so I'd go back. But Roy, it was like working with a developmental editor in real time. And so I think I cranked out 20 of the 30 chapters within that 2-week period. And then I finished the rest within the next month or two. So I basically got my 60,000 plus words written within a couple of months because of leaning on that technology rather than depending on a human. Now, once I was done, I got a real editor and that person did the actual editing process. But this really helped me get that foundation built much, much quicker.